Welcome to another SSJ review. This time we're looking at the Iron Man 3 Marvel Legends Iron Patriot figure, or as the packaging just likes to call it, Lieutenant Colonel James Rhodes. This figure has not necessarily the figure, but the character has got a lot of controversy because of not being a true Iron Patriot, not being attached to Norman Osborn, but I don't really care about that. The character design is really incredible. The figure itself is really fantastic in my opinion, and I absolutely love this figure. Just saying that right off the bat. Get a close look of his paint job. He has a super shiny paint job. The blue looks fantastic. The silver on it is fantastic. The red is really good too. Almost every part of it is glossy except for the laser cannon on his back, which is also even just maybe a tad bit on the shiny side. Even the paint apps on this, like I said, are incredible. It even says on the chest Lieutenant Colonel James Rhodes, which is absolutely incredible touch. I did kind of get used to the square arc reactor in the chest with the kind of painted on star around it. That looks, at first I thought that was really kind of corny, but I got used to it. I still would have preferred the circular arc reactor from the Mark 1 War Machine, but I got used to it. It definitely looks a little more slick. I really do like the also just the kind of lines in the face. Looks really neat. Gives a lot more detail. This entire figure is just jam packed with detail. I just love every nook and cranny of this toy. Now let's get into the articulation, which is kind of weird because this figure has a ton of points of articulation, but somehow it still feels restricted. It has a ball jointed head. It can look up a tiny bit and then back down. We zoom out a little bit. There we go. These panels flip up very similar to how they did on the War Machine, but just not as much. And super clicky ratchet joint there in the shoulder. Swivel in the elbow. Double hinged elbow. At the bicep. Double hinged elbow there. Still pretty good there. The wrist swivels. Has a rotating torso joint which with a little bit of ab crunch. Ball jointed hips. Swivel at the thigh. Double jointed knee. And this is the weird part. The feet themselves feel like they should have some articulation, but this one just wiggles a little bit. This one has no movement, which is really odd, because if I'm not sure what's wrong, what's going on, is mine defective or what, but there's little tiny bit of movement. I'm not sure if it's just these panels here blocking off the movement, but there feels like there should be something going on there, but there isn't, which is kind of frustrating. I think that's really the weakest part of the articulation is that the ankles just feel so restricted because it feels like there should be a lot more going on in there, but these panels are just not allowing that to happen. And his little laser cannon, which oddly enough reminds me of Johnny 5 from Short Circuit quite a bit, is on a hinge here. It's actually on a double hinge. Get a close-up look on it. It's on a hinge here, and it can swivel right there. I really like this design a lot better than just the silly thing that was on War Machine. Just looks a lot better because it actually looks like it comes from the server's back a lot more than just being plopped on there. You can take it off. It actually comes in package on not on the floor, believe it or not, even though that's where I'm trying to end up at. It actually comes in a package on this side, and I was kind of confused because I was like, it just won't fix itself. And then I saw a lot of people just like say, hey, you just need to unpeg it and put it on the other side, and or you could have it like over his head if you really want to go for a look like that, which is fine, I guess, if you want. But overall, it's really only meant to be on the right or on his left side. Looks really cool though. Although maybe it looks maybe just a tad bit long. I don't remember it really looking that long in the film, but I could be wrong. It just looks a little too long. As far as accessories go, he really just has that arm cannon, but he also comes with the left arm for Ironmonger here, which is getting close to being complete. Just need to get Ultron for the head and Mark 42 for the right arm, but those will be coming hopefully soon. But yeah, that's as far as you get with the accessories. I really do love the Iron Patriot suit from the Iron Man 3 film. Yeah, I just because I just really do like the War Machine character overall, and just the overall shininess of this figure just gives it just much more, I don't know, just so unique, and it looks a lot like the quality of a Hot Toys figure, especially if you compare it to, you know, say like, you know, War Machine here, who has a rather dull paint scheme. It just really just sticks out a lot more, and I feel like if you had this in your collection of a bunch of other Iron Man figures, a lot of people will just be a lot more drawn to this figure. I definitely recommend picking up. The only thing I wish I had is just a little bit more, somehow fix the ankle articulation, because that just really bugs me. But other than that, must get. Really do recommend it. Until next time, thanks for watching.